Maya Johnson balanced 3 plates on her left arm and carried 2 more in her right hand. The fancy restaurant in downtown Neo-Chicago was busy tonight. Rich people in expensive clothes sat at tables covered with white cloth and shiny silverware. Maya had been working here for 2 years now, and she knew how to move fast without dropping anything. Tonight was different, though. She was working a private party at the penthouse above the restaurant. The whole top floor belonged to Connor Blake, one of the richest men in the city. He owned tech companies and had more money than Maya could ever dream of having. Maya walked up the stairs to the penthouse. Her black shoes made soft sounds on the thick carpet. She had never been up here before. The other servers always handled the rich guys' parties. But tonight, 2 people called in sick, so Maya got picked to help. The penthouse was huge. The walls were made of glass and looked out over the whole city. Maya could see lights everywhere, stretching as far as her eyes could reach. The furniture looked like it cost more than her whole apartment. About 20 people sat around a long table. They all wore suits and fancy dresses. Maya served them soup and salad, keeping her head down and staying quiet. That was what the boss always told them to do. Rich people did not want to talk to servers. When Maya finished serving the food, she walked toward the kitchen. But she took a wrong turn and ended up in what looked like Connor Blake's office. The room had dark wood walls and a big desk. Maya turned to leave, but something on the desk caught her eye. It was a picture frame. Inside was a photo of a little girl with dark skin and bright eyes. The girl was maybe 6 years old and wore a yellow dress. Next to her stood a woman with long black hair and kind eyes. Behind them was something that made Maya's heart stop beating for a moment. It looked like a spaceship, but not like the ones in movies. This one was real and huge and silver. It had strange marks on the side that looked like writing, but not in any language Maya knew. Maya picked up the frame with shaking hands. She looked closer at the little girl's face. The eyes were the same shape as her own. The nose was the same too. And that small scar on the chin that Maya had gotten when she fell off her bike, the little girl in the photo, was her. Maya felt dizzy. She had never seen this picture before. She did not remember the woman standing next to her. And she definitely did not remember any spaceship. Maya had been in foster care since she was 7 years old. The people who took care of her said her parents had died in a car crash. They said there were no other family members and no photos. So why was her childhood picture sitting on Connor Blake's desk? I was wondering when you would find that. Maya jumped and almost dropped the frame. Connor Blake stood in the doorway. He was tall with gray hair and tired eyes. He looked older than in the business magazines, maybe 50 or 60 years old. I'm sorry, Maya said quickly. I got lost. I didn't mean to touch anything. I'll go. Back to work now. Please don't go, Connor said. He stepped into the room and closed the door behind him. I've been looking for you for a very long time, Maya. Maya's hands got cold. How do you know my name? Connor walked to his desk and sat down in the big leather chair. He looked at Maya like he was seeing someone he had lost and found again. Because, he said slowly, I knew your mother, and I've been trying to find you ever since she disappeared. Maya felt like the room was spinning. My mother is dead. She died when I was little. Connor shook his head. No, Maya, she's not dead. But she's gone, and there's so much you need to know about who you really are. Maya stared at Connor Blake. Her heart was beating so fast she could hear it in her ears. The photo frame felt heavy in her hands. What do you mean she's gone? Maya asked. And who is the woman in this picture? Connor got up from his chair and walked to the big window. He looked out at the city lights for a long moment. Then he turned back to Maya. The woman in the photo is Dr. Elena Rodriguez. She was your mother. And she was one of the smartest people I ever knew. Maya shook her head. That's not possible. My last name is Johnson. The foster care people told me my real parents died in a car crash. They lied to you, Connor said. We had to change your name and your story to keep you safe. Your real name is Maya Rodriguez. Maya felt like she was going to be sick. Everything she thought she knew about herself was wrong. Safe from what? Connor walked to a bookshelf and pressed something behind one of the books. A hidden door opened in the wall. "Come with me, Maya. I need to show you something." Maya wanted to run away. She wanted to go back to her normal life, serving food and going home to her small apartment. But she also needed to know the truth. She followed Connor through the hidden door. They walked down a long hallway with white walls and bright lights. It looked like a hospital or a science lab. At the end of the hallway was another door with a keypad. Connor typed in some numbers and the door opened. The room inside was full of computers and big screens. On one wall hung a huge map of space with stars and planets marked with different colors. Maya saw Earth in the middle, but there were other planets she did not recognize. "Sit down," Connor said, pointing to a chair. "What I'm going to tell you will be hard to believe." Maya sat down, still holding the photo. Connor touched one of the computers and a video started playing on the big screen. Maya saw a woman who looked just like the one in the photo. She was wearing a white coat and standing in front of the same spaceship. "This video was made 6 years ago," Connor said. "That's your mother, Dr. Elena Rodriguez. She was part of a secret team that made contact with visitors from another planet." Maya's mouth fell open. "You mean aliens? Real aliens?" "Yes," Connor said. "They call themselves the Keepers. They came to Earth in 2081. Your mother was the lead scientist working with them." On the screen, Maya watched her mother talking to tall, thin creatures with blue skin and large eyes. They moved slowly and seemed peaceful. One of them was holding a strange device that glowed with soft light. "The Keepers shared their technology with us," Connor continued. "They taught us about other worlds and other life forms. But they also warned us about something terrible." The video changed to show dark ships in space. These ships looked different from the Keeper vessel. They were black and had sharp edges like knives. "There's another alien race called the Devourers," Connor said. "They travel from planet to planet, destroying everything. The Keepers told us the Devourers are coming to Earth." Maya felt cold all over. "When? In 3 years, maybe less." Maya looked at the photo in her hands, then back at the screen where her mother was working with the blue aliens. "But what does this have to do with me? Why did you change my name? And hide me?" Connor turned off the video and looked at Maya with serious eyes. "Because your mother discovered something amazing about you, Maya, something that makes you different from every other human on Earth." "What do you mean different?" "The Keepers have technology that can connect with human minds. But it only works with certain people. Your mother found out that you have a special ability. You can use their technology in ways that no other human can." Maya stood up fast, almost dropping the photo. "That's crazy. I'm just a server. I'm nobody special." "You're wrong," Connor said. "You're the most important person on this planet. And that's why people have been trying to find you." Maya walked around the room, looking at all the screens and computers. Her head was spinning with everything Connor had told her. Aliens were real. Her mother had worked with them. And now some other aliens were coming to destroy Earth. "You said, 'People are trying to find me,'" Maya said. "What people?" Connor's face got dark. "A man named Marcus Webb. He runs a big company called Titan Industries." When the government first made contact with the Keepers, Webb was part of the team. But he didn't want to learn from the aliens. He wanted to steal their technology and use it to make weapons. Connor touched another computer and showed Maya a picture of a man in an expensive suit. He had cold eyes and a mean smile. Maya felt scared just looking at him. "Webb found out about your special abilities," Connor continued. "He thinks if he can control you, he can control all the Keeper technology. He's been hunting down everyone who worked with your mother." "What happened to them?" Maya asked. "Some disappeared. Some died in accidents that weren't really accidents. Your mother knew Webb was coming for her, so she hid you and changed your identity. Then she took all the important information about the Keepers and went into hiding." Maya felt angry and sad at the same time. "So she just left me?" "She saved you," Connor said. "And she left something very important with you before she disappeared." Before Maya could ask what he meant, red lights started flashing all around. A loud alarm began to ring. Connor ran to one of the computers and started typing fast. "What's happening?" Maya asked. "Webb's people found us," Connor said. His face was white with fear. "We have to get out of here right now." Through the big windows, Maya could see black cars pulling up outside the building. Men in dark clothes were getting out and running toward the entrance. They had guns and moved like soldiers. "This way," Connor said. He grabbed Maya's hand and pulled her toward another hidden door. "We have to reach the basement." They ran down stairs that seemed to go on forever. Maya could hear loud noises coming from above. Doors slamming, people shouting. The sound of heavy boots on the floors. "How did they find us so fast?" Maya asked. As they ran, "Webb has been watching me for years," Connor said. "He knew I was looking for you. He probably had people waiting outside the restaurant." They reached the basement and Connor led Maya through a maze of tunnels. The walls were made of concrete and the air smelled damp. Maya was scared, but she was also angry. These people had killed her mother's friends. They had made her mother run away and hide. They had lied to Maya her whole life. They ran. Maya started to feel something strange. Her hands were getting warm. The old pipes on the walls began to glow with a soft blue light as she passed them. "Connor," Maya said, stopping. "Something weird is happening." Connor looked back and saw the glowing pipes. His eyes got wide. "The building has old keeper technology in it. You're making it turn on. How am I doing that?" "I don't know. But we can't stop now." They kept running, but the strange feeling got stronger. Every piece of metal Maya passed started to glow. She could hear a soft humming sound, like the building was waking up. Behind them, the sounds of the soldiers were getting closer. Maya heard one of them shout, "She's activating the systems." "We're close." Connor pulled Maya faster through the tunnels. "There's someone who can help us," he said. "If we can get to him, he'll know what to do." "Who?" Maya asked. "Someone else who worked with your mother. Someone who's been hiding just like you." Maya and Connor ran through the dark tunnels under the building. Behind them, Maya could hear boots on metal stairs and voices shouting orders. The soldiers were getting closer. "How much farther?" Maya asked. She was breathing hard in her legs. "We're getting tired. Almost there," Connor said. He led her to a heavy metal door at the end of the tunnel. He typed numbers into a keypad and the door opened with a loud click. On the other side was a garage with several cars. But Connor walked past all of them to an old motorcycle in the corner. A man was already sitting on it, wearing a black helmet. "Jake." "Thank God you're here," Connor said. The man took off his helmet. He had short brown hair and scars on his face. He looked like he had been a soldier once. "I saw Webb's people coming. We need to move now." "Maya, this is Jake Martinez," Connor said quickly. "He worked with your mother on the alien contact team." Jake looked at Maya and his eyes got soft. "You look just like Elena. Get on the bike. Both of you." Maya climbed onto the motorcycle behind Jake. Connor got on behind her. Jake started the engine and it roared to life. Just as they drove out of the garage, Maya heard the metal door explode behind them. The soldiers had found the tunnel. Jake drove the motorcycle fast through the streets of Neo-Chicago. Maya held on tight as they turned sharp corners and went between cars. Behind them, she could see black cars chasing them with flashing lights. "Where are we going?" Maya shouted over the wind. "Somewhere safe," Jake shouted back. "Somewhere Webb can't find us?" They drove for almost an hour, leaving the city behind. Jake took them down old roads and through empty fields. Finally, he stopped at what looked like an old farm. There was a broken-down barn and a house with no lights. "This doesn't look safe," Maya said. Jake smiled. "That's the point." He walked to the barn and pushed against one of the wooden walls. To Maya's surprise, the wall moved. It wasn't really wood at all, but metal painted to look old. Inside the fake barn was an elevator. They got in and Jake pressed a button. The elevator went down for a long time. When the doors opened, Maya couldn't believe what she saw. It was like a whole city underground. There were buildings and streets and people walking around. But the people didn't look human. They were tall and thin with blue skin, just like in the video Connor had shown her. "Welcome to Haven," Jake said. "The last safe place for keepers and humans who work together." An alien walked up to them. This one was older than the others, Maya had seen, with white marks on its blue skin. It moved slowly and its large eyes looked kind but sad. "Maya Rodriguez," the alien said in a voice that sounded like wind through trees. "I am Elder Zix. I knew your mother well." Maya felt tears in her eyes. "Everyone knew my mother except me." "Your mother spoke of you often," Elder Zix said. "She loved you very much, and she made a great sacrifice to protect you and the knowledge you carry." "What knowledge?" Maya asked. "I don't know anything special." Elder Zix looked at Connor and Jake, then back at Maya. "Your mother put the complete database of Keeper science into your DNA before she disappeared. Everything we know about fighting the Devourers is stored inside you." Maya felt dizzy. "That's impossible." "Touch this," Elder Zix said, holding out. A glowing crystal. Maya reached out and touched the crystal with one finger. Suddenly, the crystal blazed with bright light. All around the underground city, machines and lights began turning on. Other keepers stopped what they were doing and stared at Maya. "The Devourers will be here in less than 3 years," Elder Zix said. "And you, Maya Rodriguez, are the only hope we have of stopping them." Maya stared at the glowing crystal in her hand. All around the underground city, lights were turning on and machines were humming to life. The other keepers looked at her with wonder and hope in their large eyes. "I don't understand," Maya said. "How can I have all this information inside me? I would know if something was there." Elder Zix led Maya to a quiet room with soft chairs and dim blue lights. Connor and Jake followed them. The walls were covered with pictures that seemed to move and change as Maya watched them. "Your mother was very clever," Elder Zix said. "She hid the knowledge deep in your DNA where But now that you're older and the time is right, we can help you access it. Is it going to hurt? May I ask? No, Elder. Zix said gently. But you will see and feel many things that are not your own memories. You will experience what your mother learned and what the keepers have discovered about the devourers. Maya sat down in one of the soft chairs. Elder Zix placed a device that looked like a silver headband on her forehead. The metal felt cool against her skin. Close your eyes and try to relax, Elder Zix said. Maya closed her eyes. At first, nothing happened. Then she began to see flashes of light behind her eyelids. The lights turned into pictures, and the pictures turned into memories that weren't hers. She saw her mother working in a lab with keeper scientists. She felt her mother's excitement when they made new discoveries. She learned about planets far away where the keepers had lived before the devourers came. saw the terrible black ships destroying whole worlds, leaving nothing behind but empty. Space stop, Maya gasped and opened her eyes. They're not just aliens. They're like a disease that spreads from planet to planet. Yes, Elder Zick said, the devourers don't just kill. They take over the minds of living beings and use them as weapons. They learn everything about each world they destroy, making them stronger. But humans are different, Connor said. Tell her about that. Elder Zix nodded. Humans have something that devourers cannot understand or control. You call it emotions. Love, anger, hope, fear. These feelings make human minds too chaotic for the devourers to take over easily. Maya stood up and walked to one of the moving pictures on the wall. It showed human soldiers fighting alongside keeper warriors against the dark ships. So we can fight them. More than fight them, Jake said. We can beat them, but only if we and use both human courage and keeper technology. Maya touched the wall and the picture changed to show her mother's face. Her mother was smiling and holding baby Maya in her arms. She knew this day would come, Elder Zick said. She prepared you for it, even though she could not be here to see it. Suddenly, alarms began ringing throughout the underground city. Red lights flashed on the walls. Elder Zick spoke quickly to another keeper in their own language, then turned to Maya with worry in his eyes. Webb's forces have found us, he said. They are attacking the city. Through the floor, Maya could feel vibrations from explosions above. Dust fell from the ceiling. People were running in the hallways outside. How many soldiers does he have? May I ask? Too many, Jake said. He was looking at a screen that showed the surface. Black vehicles surrounded the fake barn, and men with large weapons were setting up machines to drill down to the city. Maya felt anger growing inside her. These people had taken her mother away. They had lied to her for years. Now they were attacking innocent keepers who just wanted to help save Earth. I'm tired of running, Maya said. She walked back to the crystal device and picked it up. When she touched it, the whole room filled with bright light. Maya, what do